look at these photographs coming in from Kashmir, from the protests against Yasin Malik taking place in Delhi as well, and of course him walking out of the court. Shreya, as we talk about the court proceedings, it is important to mention here, Yasin Malik pleaded guilty on all charges. He clearly realized his time is up. The clock is ticking for him. He tried to put as defense as much as possible, but courts ensuring he does not walk out a hero. He walks out for the crimes that he has been known for, and that convicted, and now a life imprisonment has been announced as a quantum of sentence. And do tell us at this point, Shreya, what are we expecting here on with regard to the court? Are we expecting the NIA prosecutors to take it further for a possible demand for a death penalty? Because we do know whether it is the wife of squadron leader Ravi Khanna, Nirmal Khanna, or we know about the Kashmiri Pandits, all of them have been demanding a death penalty and no less for Yasin Malik.
Well, absolutely. So, Pooja, we'll have to wait and watch whether NIA actually mulls about appealing before higher courts for a death penalty, because indeed today NIA had sought for a death penalty in the matter under the section 121 IPC, which is waging war. However, the court has awarded a life imprisonment. So whether or not NIA would like to take forward is something that we will have to wait and watch out further. But that is very much possible, because even earlier today morning, the NIA had sought for death penalty. They use the very word that they want deterrent punishment in the matter, because they want to set an example what happens when people plan such a huge thing. Because remember, protest calendars were created. There was incriminating evidence how the youth was also engaged in creating an atmosphere of terror, in creating an atmosphere of unrest in the valley, which was absolutely planned from across the border. So we'll have to wait and watch whether NIA mulls further plans. But so far, a life imprisonment is what is awaiting Yasin Malik.
All right, Gaurav, as we listen to what Shreya is also telling us, remember, he tried to say, I've become a Gandhian. I do not use weapons anymore. The fact is, his repercussions of his actions are still felt. Young men are still taking up arms because of people like Yasin Malik.
This was such a facade, and yes, such a carefully created facade by forces rather hostile. Here is an armed terrorist trained in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, carried out a series of terror attacks, then claimed that he'd given up the gun and claimed he'd turned a Gandhian. Another terrorist/separatist facing trial for terror cases called himself Nelson Mandela of India. So one guy calls himself the Gandhi of India. And what are they actually doing? They are arranging funds from Pakistan and other countries to create the next crop, yes, of terrorists. They are the ones who are funding terror in Jammu and Kashmir, like after the killing of terrorist Burhan Wani in 2016-17, and a large number of people, civilians and security force personnel, were killed in violence fueled by actions of these elements. They burned schools. You've been to Kashmir so many times. You've lived in Kashmir. They burned down schools so that school children are available as stone pelters. So it's a very carefully crafted radical Islamist terror mindset that these people cover up with this facade of being Gandhians.
And remember, right now, the victims, the survivors of those crimes must be watching with hope that there is still hope for them to ensure that he gets maximum punishment. We are talking about Doordarshan director Lasa Kaul, we're talking about Nirmal Khanna, we're talking about other armed forces, and just recently, the daughter of Saifullah Qadri, who is currently battling for her life. Let's go across now to Sunil Ji Bhatt in Jammu. All our reporters in Delhi also updating us. Sunil, Nirmal Khanna, the wife of squadron leader Ravi Khanna, watched the husband got killed, but so much dignity and resilience, even today in her voice, it's incredible. What is she saying now, Sunil, if you can hear me, and how is she going to ensure that her fight continues?
Well, Pooja, we have been speaking to Nirmal Khanna ji right throughout the day, and even when the verdict was out, we were the first one to talk to her to get her reaction, and she has spoken exclusively to us, and she has said that she's satisfied with the verdict. In this case, she honors the verdict that has come out, but at the same time she has said that she now hopes that the cases that are pending against Yasin Malik, whether it's the Air Force personal killing case or the other, serious cases, now there should be that the trial should take place in an expedited manner, and day-to-day hearings should take place, and she is quite hopeful now that justice will be delivered in Air Force personal killing case. She is saying that the current dispensation has the political will. She is quite hopeful. She has appealed to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi to ensure that there is speedy trial in other cases against Yasin Malik so that he is punished soon, because he has been given a long rope and he has gone scot-free for last 32 years. Finally, justice has been delivered and he has been awarded life imprisonment in terror funding case. She says that now there is a ray of hope for her. She will continue her fight, and she's pinning her hopes on the judiciary. She had to fight a long legal battle for last 32 years, and she had to also go through, mental trauma, because even for her pension, she had to run from pillar to post. She says that she feels betrayed by the system at a time when the nation should have been standing with her. She was aghast and pained to see Yasin Malik being given VIP treatment by the civil society of the country. But she now hopes that justice will be delivered, and you can see that this has been a very long, legal battle, and she has a smile on her face today. She wants now that the prosecution should pursue the cases against Yasin Malik with all seriousness now, whether it's the Air Force personal case or the Rubia Saeed kidnapping case.